Alright, hello there folks. This is Old Tom Gin, continuing my playthrough of Fallout 4 survival mode on my permadeath run. Well, we couldn't avoid it any longer. In fact, Preston made sure we couldn't avoid it. We walked into Sanctuary this time and he said, hey, if you're interested in helping at all, here's the address of the settlement that needs your help. Not in so many words, but more or less, that's what he said. But it actually works for us. It works out just fine, because you know what? This is the time. This is the time when Preston's purposes and Thomas Jr.'s purposes align, because as of a few days ago, Thomas Jr. realized that he was going to need a pretty substantial set of power armor. Just making sure I control the workshop here.
Did you say something?
Nope, I didn't. Unless she can hear my stream, that would be weird. I realized that I'd need a pretty substantial set of power armor if I was going to find Virgil, the scientist who's run away from the Institute and hidden out in the glowing sea. Not just any old power armor, but it's got to. I gotta have the. Not only do I need a good base model, I gotta soup the sucker up. And in order to do that,
Anything I can do? You just say the word.
I'm going to need resources. And in order to get resources, I need a network. And in order to get a network, I need a faction behind me. And that means, well, to be perfectly selfish, the Minutemen can help me as much as I can help them. But only if there are Minutemen around. And so, following that logic, that somewhat self-centered logic, we are going to help out the Minutemen. And I'm not saying that Thomas isn't a moral guy. He is, but he's, up until this point, he's been pretty focused on his kid. A couple little diversions here and there, notwithstanding. He's always had to kind of go back to that same overreaching goal. I need to find Sean. Well, Sean's safe. Sean's older. And the people who have Sean are extremely powerful and extremely secretive and use extremely advanced technology. Not so easy. And so onward we go. So our destination, of course, our official destination here is Tenpines Bluff, which is the settlement that tends to call upon Preston's help about 90% of the time. Once in a great while, it's somebody different for the first one. But I'd often wondered how I've never really dug into the tables or anything that governs this. Again, I haven't done any modding on this game, but I've often wondered how that calculation works. We'll see. Usually, again, it's almost always Tenpines Bluff, and it's almost always that they send you to the Corvega auto plant. So, who knows? We'll see. Sound like gunfire to you? Sounded like gunfire to me. Yep, that's gunfire. Now, the question is that gunfire coming from Olivia, the USAF listening post? Or is it coming from something that is going to attack said outpost, or is very nearby? We can't know, but we don't hear it anymore. Oh no, there it is. See, I said it, and they started firing again. It is kind of neat to notice that off there in the distance you can see the Pridwin, the Brotherhood of Steel airship docked over there. We seem to be relatively safe here. I can take a quick look. There she is, hovering offshore. Kind of neat. But that's not something we want to deal with now. Or anytime soon. As I said, there's a lot to like in the Brotherhood of Steel quest line. It's pretty cool. Dance's story is pretty cool, but it's not all peaches and cream. There's a lot I don't like, but setting the ethical and moral implications of their behavior aside, it's a friggin' lethal questline. Alright, I don't see... Alright, I don't see any super mutants approaching. That has a tendency to happen. So we don't see that. That's good. Couple things I'm worried about here. Well, I'm worried about that because I just got into caution, and I don't know why. If there's one thing I hate, it's going into caution when I can't see what's doing it to me. There's another critter around here who absolutely terrifies me, and he is a humble mole rat who just happens to have 2 landmines attached to him. And he is perfectly capable of killing me if he explodes next to me. So's that guy. Well, not exploding, because he won't explode, but we're going to retreat. Cross the road. Once again, we seem to be out of caution. Now, if I'm lucky, when I am lucky, the raiders actually kill that mole rat. Or he kills them and blows up in the process before I get to Olivia. Oh, I should back up and note, why am I going to Olivia right now instead of going straight to Tenpines Bluff? Well, that's because many, many days ago, we had a nice little chat with Clayton Abernathy, the patriarch of the Abernathy farm. And he told us a very sad tale about his daughter Mary, who stood up to some raiders and who got shot for her trouble. I didn't particularly like the sound of that. So I don't think maybe Thomas wasn't thinking he was going to go deal with it right then. Maybe he was thinking he was going to tell Preston, say, hey, well, this is Preston's deal. He should maybe Preston will want to do something. I think that what's causing me to go into caution is the guy who's on the inside of that building. I really hope that that's what it is. But I'm going to refill my armor, or my ammo. And I think I'm going to switch out. Okay, yes, there's somebody inside there. I really hope that those guys aren't going to come this way. Oh, they totally are. Oh my god, the frickin' Brotherhood of Steel. Speak of the devil. Speak of the devil and he shall appear. Okay. Well, they'll probably take care of that raider for me. Unless they're after something else. Which they may be. I heard something blow up there. Did they just gun them down? My alert status is still wobbly a little bit, so I don't know. I wouldn't put it past them to just gun her down through the window. They seem to be landing and dropping somebody off. Oh, they sure are. Well, that actually comforts me greatly. I think she came out. I think they killed her. Oh, yeah, I think that's what happened. Holy smoke, how about that? I don't even know where her body is. Again, there's just unexpected stuff that happens with these AI enhancements. I'm gonna leave Piper right here for the moment.
Okay. I'll be here then.
Little tidbit. There it goes again, checking out. That means of course that there's an infantry team that's been dropped off there, probably with some power armor.
I can carry something.
And now they're going over here to check things out. So there you go, Brotherhood Lancer Initiate. I don't really need to blow bullet fly gland. We're going to drop that. And I think they're shooting at... there's some mongrel dogs over there, I believe. I think that's what they're shooting at. I sure hope it's that and not super mutants. Well, actually, if it is super mutants, I hope they're going to do a good job. I believe this may be the mole rats in question. No, I don't... They didn't blow up, but... I mean, I can't argue that they're not beneficial to me, personally, in some ways. That these... at least until they... Unless they... As long as they don't land on me. I know people have mentioned... I have never... You know, I've never seen it, but I know people have mentioned getting killed by vertebrates. Landing on their characters. So again, there's not a whole lot up here. Just a couple of tidbits. Nothing I really need. Yeah, fusion cells. They're always welcome. But they do make the general area safer. Just flying around, they tend to attract attention. Oh, there's a rad. There's a rad stag over there. They weren't shooting at the rad stag, were they? Weirdos. I have half a mind to shoot at the rad stag myself, to be perfectly honest, because I could use that. I could use that meat, but oh yeah, why not? As you can see, I have now equipped my rifle with a long scope. Long-range scope. So, we're just going to pop over there real quick and pick up that rad stag meat. And hopefully we won't encounter something unusual, like, I don't know, a death claw or a Yao Guai or God knows what else.
Can do.
But I'm running a little low on rad stag, and so I'm tempted. Tempted to head over there and get it. Oh, and that looks like another carcass over here. A Brahmin, which I didn't even notice. Oh, nothing in it though. All munched upon. Oh, and very interesting because yeah, there's actually an old vertebrate wreckage, old, I guess pre-war vertebrate, remarkably well preserved, sitting over there. They probably came over to fly over, check it out. Check out the old pre-war model. May have been just a matter of curiosity. Now, what I don't want to have happen, and what terrifies me, is an unexpected spawn up here. Not entirely impossible. Boy, sure hope I can find that damn rad stag. I don't know that I can. There's the... Should be over here, I think. Those of you with keen eyes are probably screaming at me right now saying, no, it's not there. And maybe you're right. I was over here, it was over there. Surely it must be over here somewhere. Was it further up? Did I completely... Well, there. Oh, wait, I think it might have been beyond this billboard. Right? There's another one. They're mocking me. You know, I'd hate to shoot the thing and not take the meat from it, even if it is a virtual creature. Maybe this is some kind of surrealist thing happening here. I want to shoot that one, but I want to get... where's the one that I shot over here? Frustrating. Is it... could it be up further? Is it really that far up? I don't think it's really that far up. It can't be this far up. Oh boy. Well, now we've got a radiation storm coming, so that's terrific. That's what I don't need. Well, I think I'm gonna... I cannot find where I left that thing. I really wish you could frickin' tag things a little bit better in this game, like through my scope or something. I mean, they do have a recon scope, but it only tags certain things, and it only tags living enemies, basically, in a very particular circumstance. So it's not super awesome for what I'm trying to do here. But yeah, you see how easy it is to lose this thing in the brush. Of course, you know what? That's not entirely unrealistic. Hunters do that all the time. All the time.
Want to get out of here?
Yeah, I want to take some... I want to take some Rad-X.
Here, I don't think we'd make pretty goals.
2 rad stags. Okay, so there we go. There's a mole rat. Is that the exploding mole rat? Well, I can't get to him now, so I'm just going to have to hope that it's not, and he's not going to encounter me. Well, that's interesting. Here's a set of power armor. It's only T45, though, which isn't really worth it. I mean, I've already got a frame, if I need it. It's not the frame that concerns me. It's the, watch, I won't be able to find the second one. Nope, there it is. On a toy alien. I've actually been short on rubber recently, so that's a good find. Now there's more of them over there. I think that...
What was that?
Where are they? Where are they? Where are they?
Still here?
Couple things I don't like about this. One is that the visibility is absolute shit in this storm, as I've encountered before with radiation storms. It really messes with your visibility. I can't see the little suckers. They're not coming out. So I'm just going to go back to what I was doing before. Now, of course, as the storm starts to die down. Or maybe it doesn't die down. I don't know. But in any case, I'm going inside. Not messing around with the stuff anymore. I got the stuff that I wanted, which was the rad stag meat, which I will cook in a little bit. And I have bigger problems to worry about. In the form of what is inside USAF Station Olivia here. Of course, there's a little jet. Inside we go. Pardon me while I take a brief drink. A little sustenance so I can jabber some more. And here we are inside USAF listening post Olivia. And these guys right off the bat, they have actually pretty surprisingly sophisticated traps here. They have a Tesla arc going in their door, which always kind of like seemed a little out of profile for me. Usually you see those being used by the Institute. Well, in Piper.
Can you even see where we're going?
Well, it's really not that dark, Piper. I feel like comments like that were exactly what caused people to be so obsessed with creating lighting mods for the game.
Just let me know.
Stay.
Got it. Not going anywhere.
Oh, I'm caring too much? Well, let's rectify that. I feel she, don't want to do that. I feel like she just didn't listen right there. She, like, I gave the command, then she completely ignored it shortly thereafter. And is there anything else I can give her? I feel like I'm holding on to a lot of stuff. Got a lot of stuff weighing me down here. Well, I think my big mistake is I keep holding on to those onto those baseball grenades like I'm going to use them, but I probably won't.
You say the word.
Yeah, I somehow switched her off stay. I don't know what those raiders are jabbering about. I don't care. But yeah, this place is going to be brutal on me because my carry capacity is so low as a physical weakling. But that's why I have Piper back there. Aha, now there is a nice target. Oh, well, he's gonna go off and journey somewhere else. Alright, that's fine. We're gonna stay in here. Now this place, of course, yeah, it isn't as dark as advertised. I've never really seen a lighting mod that I particularly cared for that much. I don't know. I think that they're okay, but the point is that the raiders. Here's my problem with them. Again, just things that are sort of implemented halfway. I'm fine with things being darker, and maybe it's dark and I need to turn on my Pip-Boy light to see. In certain cases, that's fine. If that darkness affects the enemy, like that enemy, the same way. And that's my problem. Most of the time, with these mods, it doesn't do that. It affects me, and the raiders all see like they have night vision. Similar situation very often with the ammo mods. Ammo's scarce for me, but everybody else has as much as they want. Like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. It's like, okay, I have to scrounge for ammo, but they still all have automatic pipe weapons and can, spit out hundreds of rounds. What? It's just, it's like, it's brutal, it's punishing, but it's not, it doesn't make any sense. It's brutal and punishing, like, yeah, okay, well, why don't we just scale all the raiders' hit points up to 1,000 and I get 10? Like, it doesn't, what does that prove? It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't know, your mileage may vary, but I've never really found them. And again, if somebody can recommend a lighting mod that where it really has a real, sort of a naturalistic impact on the game, great. And the same thing goes for some of the other things in here that are kind of like, that's not realistic, but like the carry weight and all those things. Like part of it makes sense to me, and then at a certain point I'm like, well, why don't we just make everything weigh less? Because that's what you should really be doing. Everything should weigh less. And why? How in God's name did I just need? I just ate. I ate outside this building, and now I'm eating again. It must be the food values. I think that's what it is. I need to look at the. I think the hit point values are somehow related to the food values. Funny how the gunfire can go off in somebody's lair and they just kind of chill out and go back to what they were doing. Oh, but there is a dog. I wonder if that doggy is going to come out here. I hope he does. That would make my life a lot easier. Sounds like he's just standing around the corner growling. He's either growling or he has God, it sounds like he's over there. Where is this little guy? I don't know whether the game is being really bad at localizing sound or really good and it's just reflecting the sound off the wall because it's concrete. But it sounds like he's coming from over there, but I'm pretty sure he's coming from over there. Experience tells me he's coming from over there. No, he's over there. Alright, so sure enough he did detect me. Sitting there growling. He saw. I think he actually saw the body, is what it was. He just kept reacting to the body. Kept him in alert. And so this is what I do, folks. It certainly does. You're absolutely right. Wise fellow, you should turn around and run.
The jet will make you jittery. Guess she was right.
The jet will make you addled, sir. Addled. You have no idea what's going on. Where'd that guy go? Well, I guess I knocked the dog down the road, but surely you saw this person sitting over here.
Free for the taking.
I swear I must be going crazy.
I've certainly played my share of stealth games where you know, grabbing and hiding the bodies is a big deal. If you had to do that in this game, boy, that would be tough. I mean, I guess you kind of could. It does have an effect. I won't deny that. Enemies do react to the sight of bodies. So I suppose I could move this guy and lower that the reaction of that guy who's coming around over there, but well, let's do that. Why not? I just think usually it's not worth it. You're more likely to get shot while you're trying to move the body than not. But where is that guy? I don't think anybody ever comes up this road, this route up here, or at least not that often. Oh, there he is. Right, if that's the case, he should be coming down this hallway pretty soon. Just because discretion is the better part of valor, I'm going to retreat a little bit. And I'll tell you what, folks, getting the getting sniper rifle upgraded and getting this silencer on my pistol have been Wunderbar. That has been a great, great advancement for me. It really allows me to stealth people. So in this stage of the game, what I'm doing, of course, what's going to happen for the next, really the next few sessions, if I'm being perfectly honest, I think I'm going to take this one back to Piper. I do think we need at least one double-barreled shotgun to take back to the folks at Tenpines Bluff at some point. Just want to give my settlers better weapons if I can. But yeah, so what we're going to be doing
Shoot.
is we're going to probably be doing a lot of these kind of these runs for the foreseeable future, and building up our network of settlements, helping out settlements, killing raiders, etc. Just trying to build up a network of trade and resources that will allow us to build up what we need to make some real power armor, and make it as good as possible. But each one of those, every single one of those quests, carries with it risk. This quest is no different. In particular, down here, in that somewhere in the back of that chamber over there, is a minigun wielding maniac named Akak. And well, I said it all. Wielding a minigun. Wielding a minigun equals can kill me in about 1.5 seconds. Let me see, I already have my fragmentation mines selected, but I'm a little low on them. Usually I have more when I come to this particular place. But I have a strategy here that I've used in the past that works pretty well.
Hey!
Yeah, see, the only problem with the AI that drives me nuts a little bit there is that they react to mines exactly as if they're grenades. They're not grenades. They're not loud. They don't fall into the middle of you. Oh, but I guess that would alert them. Somebody just walked over it and died.
Come on, Jerry. When you turn up, you're dead. No sign of him now.
Just like that, they go into lower alert mode. Just like, oh, I just noticed something that just seems to have changed on me. Just want to make... Oh yeah, so my subtitles are on. I guess they're just, for some reason, I could have sworn that they show, maybe they're just too far away for them to show. I don't know. That seems to be another weird rule, that sometimes I can hear the voices, but I can't see the subtitles. And sometimes I can see the subtitles, but can't hear the voices clearly. Very strange. So we've got one more of these to go. I'll make just absolutely sure that nobody is. So there's the guy we killed with our last frag mine. We're going to repeat the process with our...
Anything in my training. Shooting plywood. How's that supposed to get me ready for this hell? Oh.
There it goes again. May or may not have the same effect, but of course now we are all out of mines. Which means I have to rely on good old-fashioned sneakiness.
Fucking seeing things.
so far, nothing, and they seem to be unaware. So we're going to just a brief pause while I take a hydration break. And then we continue. I've been told that my hydration breaks sound almost exactly like someone drinking in the game, so apologies if my microphone is picking up a little too much ambient person noise.
Going to waste otherwise.
How does Piper know I'm picking that up from across there? I'm so far away. So as you see, my VATS percentages were not good, but I had a critical built up, and we're getting close to. I did not emphasize luck in the beginning, for that was my decision not to do. But I will probably be trying to do that in the future. I'll probably be building up my luck here before long. Question is, can I pick up this fusion core without overloading myself or alerting the enemy? Looks like I can. Not easy to do to get into position, but we're gonna just keep going back and forth, probing.
Take a look.
And one more time into the breach, my friends. Now there's either one or two raiders back there, one of them being Akak. I don't think the other one patrols any. Akak tends to stay in the back, I think. Unless, again, you never know with this AI. Maybe Akak will do something different. Oh, wait a minute, who's that? Is that another raider or is that junk? Oh, that's Akak! Holy smoke, I took down Akak. Wow. I may have hit the jackpot with this one, folks. Now, it's not entirely out of the woods because other raiders can pick up that minigun and run with it, which would really make my life difficult. Could use another bottle. But let's see. Oh yeah, holy smoke, that one frag mine took out 3 of them. I cannot believe it. That's the most successful explosive I've ever had in this game, I think. I mean, well, maybe not. I'm sure at some point, I'm not remembering, there must have been a circumstance where I took out, multiple super mutants or something probably with a missile or something much more potent. But that is... Oh, here it is. This is what happened. I have never seen this happen before here. This, the explosive set off the extinguisher. Caused that to explode. And that's what killed Akak. That is pretty amazing. I am kind of surprised at that. That is kind of awesome. Bottle wouldn't hurt. So let's recover Piper, because we will. Well, if nothing else, we'll need Piper to haul crap down here. So let's bring her down, and we'll quickly switch to our pistol. Hey, Pipes.
Just let me know.
Follow me.
Yep. Never thought a reporter could consider themselves a success until someone threatened their life. Me? I'm very successful.
So that's a pretty. Once again, this game never fails to surprise me. It still has surprises for me after all this time. I'm not saying it's a perfect game. I'm not saying it's even the best. It's certainly not the best shooter, nor is it nor is it a a great RPG. But as an open world game with it's kind of variability and replayability, it's got a ton. It's got a ton. And of course, for those of us who just love the Fallout world, there's just something about it. I believe that was duct tape. We can't leave that sitting there. Most precious thing in the universe. Now, are we done with this place? There's still a few enemies in here floating around. Nothing, hopefully, that's willing or able to pick up a minigun. Yeah, look at that. Ack, blown. Absolutely blown to smithereens.
Now.
Oh, they aren't all dead. Haha. I was about, where's the minigun? Nope, there's the minigun. Well, let's hope I'm... Yeah, I was about to say, let me hope I'm successful. I'm like, wait a minute, where's the minigun?
And say, what, 100 years? And this place would be right as rain.
That could have gone very badly there for a second. Oh, that was... You know what that was, folks? That was a classic overconfidence, and I just survived it. I am very, very lucky right now. I could have bit the big one right there. Wow. Well, let that be a lesson to me.
What?
I was so impressed with how successful that was that it did not remotely occur to me that maybe I counted wrong and there was more than one. There were more than 4, rather, down here.
What you got for me?
I got a minigun for you, actually. Which it looks ridiculous when Piper uses it, because it's just like anyone nobody outside of power armor really should be using a minigun. It's silly. Not particularly Piper. Any of the characters look ridiculous using it, but it is a little bit. It's just this big, huge thing. It's like no person outside of power armor should be able to hold that thing for any length of time. And there, of course, is the locket that we came to get for Mary Abernathy, or from Mary Abernathy. It's actually for the Abernathy family. Here we see we have a screwdriver and someone who's trying to open this door. Presumably so they could deal with the damn rad roaches that are on the other side. I'm assuming that's what they were doing. A couple of stray shots, a couple of sparks, and voila, you've taken out an oil slick and the rad roaches within. Oh, and here's another example of an exploding extinguisher. Thought I heard another one over here. Was there a littler one? There was a littler one, I think. Hey, Piper, do you need to point the gun right at my head? Rad roach meat. Yum, yum. Alright. And there's another one. We're just loaded with rad roaches in here. Look at that. I have reached level 18 on the back of a rad roach kill. How about that? I don't think I'm done. I think there's actually even one more in here. Pardon me, Piper. And look, I was just wondering when some of these was going to show up. Boy, he was coming right at me, too. Glad I got him. And a legendary at that. Granted, he's got kind of a shitty weapon. Mutant Slayer's lead pipe. I mean, you know what? One of these days, certainly not for a permadeath run, but one of these days I'm going to do a melee playthrough again and try that maybe on survival. Just you talk about punishing. Oh, that would be, because again everything hits so hard. That would be rough. But if you know, it would be nice to have like.
You say
That would be the one where you just run just a character who just went a little nuts. You know, just running around like, because you'd have to be a little nuts to go running around in this environment and want to physically interact and fight things. That's just, someone would have to be disturbed somehow. They would have to be mentally disturbed in order to do something like that. I can't give her. I really want to give her the Molotov. Oh, Piper can't carry anything more anyway. Okay, well, we're spent. Piper and me are spent. Pick up that lantern? No, I cannot. But that's okay, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit up the intel room, which obviously Ak and her little band of minstrels here were trying to get into, because they're probably trying to get into that room so they can get to the intel key to get into the real treasure here. But they didn't make it. But yeah, just imagine. So I, you know, just something crazy. Just like, I don't know, wear like coveralls and or like you know, just one of the more outlandish outfits. Maybe there's a high school mascot uniform around here somewhere. I could wear that. Just go around and just use like a weapon like the lead pipe or Big Jim, which is a plumber's wrench that does a lot of damage. I think cripples limbs or something. Just a nutty one. It would certainly be a very colorful playthrough. It'd definitely be one of those playthroughs, though. The one thing that I really do, and again, one of the reasons I silenced the protagonist, so I can use my own voice. Not that I'm any great Shakespeare, but I just got tired of. You get tired of hearing the same voice over and over again, you know. Just every single, you know, time you play this game, it's like, oh, there's that same inflection again, the same line delivery. And once again, we are more difficult to detect while sneaking. We love these. We love these covert operations manuals. Let's see, and give Piper some stuff.
What can I do?
Oh, that's right, she can't take any more stuff, which means I better take some grilled radstag before I hurt myself further. So now I'm at I should be up. Oh, I'm still overloaded. Good lord, even with that. Oh, wait a minute. Was I hungry? Oh, damn it. There we go. Very annoying. Just and incredible. I think I need to look into a mod that changes the. I need to look into a mod that changes the timing for food and drink. I just don't. I'm sitting here scratching my head over the timing, and I thought, oh, okay, well, you know, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe it's I mean, you know, I know that the clock moves faster in the game, that sort of thing. I get all that, but it seems like it moves. I get hungry way too fast, way too fast. It's almost like It's almost like the game glitched when I had parasites and never really cured me. It's kind of what it feels like. Which, for all I know, is entirely possible, and it did do that. And in fact, we are so overladen with stuff.
Guess they're not interested in sharing, huh?
I don't know if I can head to Tenpines, because the problem with going to Tenpines now is that I can't drop any of this off. I have to, I'd have to keep carrying it. Well, wait a minute. Could I drop it off? I don't know. Well, you know what? A lot of it is the kind of thing oh, wait a minute. What's put me in caution? don't like that one bit. Holy shit. Okay, legendary rad scorpion. That is not good. Where is he? Where is he? There is he. There he is. Okay, what I want to do is get up off... Yeah, okay. We're going to move inside. Move inside. I don't know whether he can get inside or not, but I'm going to hope not. Yep, he's out there. Boy, is he out there. And boy, I love me some legendary effects, but I do not like me some rad scorpions. Pop out in front of that door. What I was thinking I was going to do was go up the stairs, but I didn't dare risk it. And I think I was right, because again, the modification that I've done to creature movement in this game, he moves way too fast for me to outrun. Oh, the son of a bitch! Boy, look at how fast he goes by that doorway. God damn. Is he just circling me? Or has he forgotten me?
Shoot.
Shoot the rad scorpion. Go out there.
Uh-huh. Shout if you need me.
Once again, using NPCs as bait. I know. It's fucking wrong. There he is. All right. That's how we deal with that. Whew. Once again, I'll tell you what, folks, playing once and done, it really... it makes the game a lot more interesting.
Point the way.
I mean,
It's a plan.
all the temptations are still there. They're kind of like, oh, he's a legendary. But then it's like, oh my god, that thing. It could end my day so quickly. And of course, you see I'm still in sort of compressed hidden. What do you got? Cavalier's leatherite arm reduces damage while blocking or sprinting by 15%. That's a pretty sweet item. That's a pretty sweet item. I'm not going to take the stinger because that's too much. I've decided, by the way, that I am going to go to Tenpines for one particular reason. I want to get the quest because I don't have to. It occurred to me I don't have to dump off anything to get the quest, and the quest is almost certainly going to take me back toward where I came from, which is the Corvega factory. But also, this is a Bethesda game, and as I learned last night, when you play in a Bethesda game, it means that you save early and often, because if you don't, you might lose an hour or an hour and a half's worth of gameplay, including some rare items that you got along the way. I just got a rare item. I don't want to lose it. So I'm going to go up here a little bit relatively out of the way. And, well, they don't actually have any. Huh, interesting. I could have sworn that they had a, some kind of sleeping bag up here, but that's okay. That's okay. Now, granted, this campfire will probably smoke the hell out of the place, but that's alright. That's okay. We'll just lay a sleeping bag down here, a little distance away. And we're going to take a little nap. And by take a nap, I mean sleep. And by sleep, I mean save. Alright, now we're secure. I don't know if that gives me back the... Yeah, it doesn't actually give me back the thing. Oh well. I think it... Oh, it does as soon as long as... I think it creates a little workshop area. It's kind of ingenious. An earlier version of it was much more complicated, and the mod author came up with a relatively simple implementation. It creates a little workshop area that it just kind of plants it in the zone wherever you are. But if I'm not mistaken, eventually I'm going to leave that area, and that little press to hold open workshop will, which of course those of you who play on PC are like, what the frick is that thing? It's PS4. There, see, I just left the area. So that's you open in PS4. You open up the workshop by once you're in the area by touching the touchpad. So let's go down here. Let's head back down here to the road because I don't want to hit up the. Still, the one thing that could ruin my day in this area that still exists here is the wild mongrel, I suppose, could ruin my day. The one thing that could really ruin my day would be the exploding mole rat, and I'm not exactly sure that he was killed by those raiders. He may have been. He may still be there. Other things that could ruin my day in this area, well, I have on occasion seen rare spawns in this area. Once upon a time I saw 2 Deathclaws fighting down the road here. As I recall, I managed to avoid them, but that's not to say that I could guarantee avoid them. They could get a hold of me. And you know, part of me wonders if that exploding mole rat was ever intended to be a guard or kind of part of the security at Olivia, or put that poor guy out of his misery, or if he was intended to encounter this guy, because it's very rare you see a lone mongrel. But except for this one. And then there's this ditch, which is usually where you encounter that mole rat. I don't know. I often wonder about that. If it wasn't an attempt at an encounter that they didn't quite implement quite right. And once again, here we have these mysterious vehicle tracks. There are no vehicles in this game. Well, no ground vehicles. No large wheeled ground vehicles. They're not here. Nobody has them. It's a non-hostile rad roach. I believe that's a trick. He's a rad roach in a grave, hiding in a grave. Yeah, there he is, right there. Ooh, and a bloatfly. It's just the bugs all seem to gather together. Yes, he is a rad roach and a unfortunate soul who was buried there. I'll leave him be. No reason to mess with him right now. I don't think there's anything down there I need. Oh, maybe there is. I don't know. I don't remember what this guy has on him. Let me just... There's another rad stag, which I could... sorry, buddy. I kind of accidentally defiled that corpse. It's not my intention. I'm just killing animals left and right. Sorry, folks. Survival. Okay, rad roach meat. Not really. Oh, well, he has... Holy smoke, he has 46... Oh, and I'm carrying too much and can't run. Good lord. Okay. Let me just do a quick evaluation of what I am carrying. I'm just going to drop the Molotov because, as we know, I don't use these things. Watch some raider pick it up in a second and kill me. Well, at least I know that bloatfly won't pick it up. Another example of things I will not do because they're risky and stupid is for survival. This here is a broken pathway that leads up to an area up there where you can get some stuff if you jump across. But as I have discovered, it doesn't look like a lethal fall, but this game is very weird about falling damage. Oh, and there I go again. Now what do I gotta drop? Technically, that is more useful to me than... I really do want to hold on to those. Let me see. What do I drop here? Well, the beer in and of itself is... The beer will give me strength, a bottle cap, and take away a pound of weight. So, that's our solution to that problem. And bloatflies. Damn it. Bloatflies are really hard to hit. Have you noticed that? Bloatflies are basically the reason to hold on to a shotgun, but I don't want to use it right now because I want to remain stealthed. Come on, you little son of a bitch. Chasing the supplies. Chasing the supplies is probably going to be a bloatfly gland. Yep, there we go. Completely useless to me. Unless I'm in a desperate need for acid. A lot of little weird tidbits in this part of the map like that. This is generally a low-level version of the map, part of the map, but like I said, I've seen Deathclaws spawn right over there. Right there, actually. Pretty hairy. So we should be coming up close on Tenpines Bluff pretty soon. Hopefully nothing else that I need to worry about from between here and there, but I'm going to keep scanning because you never know. Gotten burned too many times. Hey, I wouldn't have expected a legendary rad scorpion to show up on the road after the hitting up Olivia, so that was a surprise. I always seem to come up on Tenpines Bluff from this direction. I don't know why. Just kind of my comfortable route. Someone was talking the other day about to me about this, sort of safe routes. What are the safe routes across the map? The safest routes, of course, are water. Very often, water, with the exception of a couple places where there are Mirelurk queens and Mirelurk kings. Generally, your best bet is to. Boy, these people really did not put their cooking pot in a very good place. That's a dumb place for your cooking pot. There's all kinds of brush around there. Let me just speak to this guy.
What do you want? We don't need any more trouble around here.
It's okay. I'm with the Minutemen. I'm here to help.
You're with the Minutemen? I didn't really think you fellas still existed. We sent word with one of them passing traders. But honestly, I never expected anything to come of it. Most people don't put much stock in the Minutemen these days. After Quincy. Bad business, that.
We're rebuilding the Minutemen from the ground up. We're the good guys again.
Glad to hear it. No question that things have been worse since the Minutemen fell to pieces. There's a raider gang that's been giving us trouble for weeks. Stealing food and supplies, threatening to kill us all if we don't pony up. We know where they're coming from, but we can't go up against a gang like that.
Would you be willing to join the Minutemen once I've dealt with those raiders?
We'll certainly give it a good long think. People have gotten used to not being able to count on you folks. That's not going to change overnight.
Alright, so there we are. We've received our marching orders, as we often do from Tenpines. And
Always was a little jealous of folks who could craft
I can't
something
store
out of
anything here, I
dirt.
don't think, because it's not my settlement yet. What I can do is they can't possibly object to me using their poorly placed cook pot to cook up a few things, including this juicy rad scorpion steak. I wish there was like legendary food items. That would be good. Like when you kill a legendary critter, why can't you just get legendary food items like legendary rad scorpion steak? That would be even better. That'd be terrific. Yeah, first thing I'm going to do with these guys when I take over their settlement, assuming I don't die in the attempt, is move that stupid thing over here. Come on. No brainer, guys. No brainer. This is poor placement. You know what that is? That's called one artist placed the placeable, and they placed it before the other artist said, okay, well, let's add in my layer with all the vegetation, and then they combine the layers, and voila. So there we are. Now, let me look and see what that quest actually said we're going to go do. Yep, the Corvega Assembly Plant, the classic location, what Tenpines Bluff gives you, always seemed a little weird to me, because Corvega is way the frick over there. And they're coming here and harassing this little itty-bitty settlement. And I've somehow managed to get more. I'm just going to drop that bloatfly meat. I don't need any more bloatfly meat. Anything else I can drop here? I can drop the red roach meat also. So, yeah, how did they get all the way the heck over here to harass this little farmstead up in the middle of nowhere? I feel like it must have been like... Although, I will say this. The Corvega, if you look at very carefully, the Corvega gang, and of course in the game they don't really delineate the gangs very well, they're just kind of raiders to us, but they do have different gangs, and if you read the sort of the raider, it's another mongrel just hanging out on a rock, and I leave him be, but don't want him sneaking up on me. You know, that's the other thing. Playing in this mode makes you a little more ruthless. I can't afford to have potentially hostile creatures at my back. And looky there. I wonder which. Almost certainly associated with a trader. I wonder which trader it is. There I go again. Now I picked up Mongol dog meat. And now there's a caravan guard. Who is after them? Well, the caravan guards and the Brahmin are going in different directions, and that's not particularly good. I realize that I should level up here at some point. I'm just trying to see what I can drop. I suppose I don't need all these bottles. I have enough. Just right on the edge of my... There we go. Now he's changed direction. I wonder if that's a... Old girl. Oh, it's Lucas Miller. Boy, oh boy. It is a shame because I do not have... I hardly have any caps right now. Hardly any caps. I really would like to talk to Lucas Miller because he's got some great and relatively affordable legendary armor pieces. Now, granted, I have actually on my person right now a plethora of legendary armor pieces. In fact, I've got one that I'm probably not even going to use. It's nice to have. I mean, the Cavalier's leather right arm is nice, mind you. Oh, it's like, hey, you know, you want to avoid damage. You're on a permadeath run, don't you want like reducing damage, blocking, or sprinting by 15%? That sounds great, yeah. But I also want the plus to agility and perception because that increases my VATs. That's pretty key. And by the way, I've not forgotten about leveling up. We will do that shortly. Yeah, I just need to... So what we're going to do right now is, so we know it's at the Corvega plant. That's our target. Corvega is one of the biggest raider groups out there. And as I mentioned, I realize I go off on these tangents and then I get distracted by the game. Apologies for that. Feel free to remind me if there's something you wanted to hear more about and you want me to go back to the earlier topic. But the Corvega plant is actually a pretty big gang because as we find out if you read the material and if you look at what they drop, Gristle, who leads the gang that attacks the group in Quincy, or in Concord, the group from Quincy who ends up in Concord, Preston's group, they are part of the Corvega gang. There's another band of them that comes out here patrolling and harassing people. They're from Corvega. So the Corvega gang is a pretty big gang, and there's once again another... I wonder where they're going to put down somewhere over there. North of Outpost Zamanja. So they're a pretty sizable gang. Then you've got... and then, of course, you've got Akax Group, and I believe that Akax Group is affiliated with... They're an offshoot, as I recall, from the Corvega gang. They went off to do their own thing, and they're kind of complaining about it a little bit. And there's another group. There's Demo's group.
Right behind you.
And they represent a third group, but I think they themselves are affiliated with that whole group of raider buildings that is sort of north of Diamond City. I think that they're all part of the same gang. I think that's the idea because they don't... they're in such close proximity. If they were rival gangs, it wouldn't make much sense. So I believe that they're all one group. And then there's the fellows that... there's a couple more fellows that are down. Oh yeah, Tower Tom and his bunch. And they are in conflict with a group that's holed up. Oh, look at that. What are we shooting at over there? Brotherhood was shooting at something. See, there you go. It's always nice having the Brotherhood at your back. Even if I'm not a member. They're always there just shooting up random things that are spawning around the Commonwealth. Yeah, there's a whole bunch of raider groups. And there's actually a lot of supporting material if you read the terminal entries and the letters that they leave behind, all that stuff. You can kind of piece together their story, that there's some of them know each other, some of them used to be the same group and then they broke away from each other. I actually think I want to go this way. So they have rivalries. In some cases, there was one case where one group kidnapped a member of the other group, and there was a sister who had been held captive. Very interesting stuff. Just little backstories that all these groups have. that are really, kind of, I mean, they're not, at one level, it's just kind of the game implements as just raiders. They're just people you put bullets in. Um, but they did, there's somebody at least in the development team took the time to write little stories for all these groups and to try to weave a kind of a little bit of deeper reality into their lives. And I appreciate that. And again, I'm not saying that. Oh, see, this is another one. Feral ghouls have a tendency to pop up over here. I was kind of expecting to see these guys. In a way, it's kind of comforting to see them because, holy shit, though. There's a glowing one. That I don't want to see.
Hello. Mole rats!
Oh shit, though, don't. Alright.
I see you!
Alright, well, Piper's decided to whip out the minigun, so I don't know what the frick I'm worried about.
Now you pay for it.
It's gonna blow through all my ammo.
Wish it hadn't come to that.
That could have gone very differently if as soon as I saw that she was gonna blow our stealth, I was like, I have to take out this glowing one right
I
now.
can carry something if you need me to.
Still in caution. Why are we still in caution? Who did we miss? Problem with that minigun is it's loud as hell. Makes me nervous. Okay, we're back in. Now we're back in caution. The thing is, I'm pretty close to Sanctuary, so I'm not really worried about running into too much. But. Oh, mole rat. Okay.
Hey, something's out there.
Yeah, it's a mole rat. As long as it's only a mole
I
rat.
wonder if this is normal for other journalists.
There you go. Just pepper him with a couple rounds. That'll teach him.
Blue one.
Another mole rat.
There
Okay.
you are.
And here I am, peckish from lack of food again.
Liberated.
Did you say liberated or liberating? It is liberated to shoot things with a minigun. I don't doubt it. Not for a second. Oh, look. And I'm glad this led me over here because, look. I'm not going to pick up the 10mm pistol because I have so much stuff. But, cap stash. That's nice. Pick up a little mole rat meat. Sure. I'm sorry. I've gotten on so many tangents here that I completely lost the plot. But... let me pick up one of the ones I know that have been jabbering about. I am getting to the level now where the thing I have to worry about most, besides raiders throwing grenades, is raiders and/or super mutants with missile launchers. The thing that is the biggest threat to me, what I'm going to start to get very paranoid about out here in the open, while I'm doing these quests, building up these settlements, is a random patrol of super mutants, and one of them's got a missile launcher. And if I go, you could very easily go from caution to danger to hearing that little thump of a missile being fired, and then it's over. The playthrough would be over, and that would be it. And that's what's got me paranoid right now, and I'm kind of wondering, what do I do to enhance my chances of surviving that? I think one of the things I'm going to have to do is, again, pretty soon, because they start to appear, definitely start to appear when you hit 20th level. A lot. There's some fixed missile launcher users in different places, and I remember about most of those. I think I can avoid them or detect them. We've already seen one in the Weston water treatment plant. There's some others, but they're also random spawns. And how do I avoid those? Well, I avoid them by not being detected by them. The worst thing in the world is when you see that caution that goes to danger, and you're like, what is detecting me? And it's a guy, a super mutant or a raider or a gunner or somebody looking through a scope from a missile launcher, and they detect you, and they just pachunk and fire on you, and that's it. It's all over. So the thing that blows my stealth most, more than anything else, are companions. Companions blow your stealth, because not one of them has a stealth worth a goddamn. So I've got to... If I want companion perks, and I do, there are a couple of them that I want, I'm going to be very careful when and where and how I use them. But here we are for now, back in the relative safety of Sanctuary. And if you're noticing, if you've watched before, I am gradually cleaning up Sanctuary. I haven't completely ignored the place. I figure Preston and his group have been here for quite a while now. Sturgis is a hard-working dude. Look at that. He's got a little power going for him.
There's a story here. We'll find it.
He's got a windmill going. We've got a recruitment tower, which means we've got some other settlers. So things are improving. Things are improving in the world of Preston and Scooby Gang. Gradually, things are getting better. We've got the Vault Tech rep living here with them now. You know, life is changing for them. But oh well, you know what I said it before, and I say it again. I have to remember, it's a Bethesda game. Save. What? Get out of my bed, sir. It is not your bed. All right. Well, first order of business is reassign this gentleman to another bed.
Concord was bad news, huh, Mama? You ever seen one of those suckers before?
Get rid of this guy. Get out of my damn bed. This is actually another reason why why Thomas might want to have moved to another location, because it's just like every time somebody new shows up, they decide to sleep in his bed. Get on my damn bed. Sick of it. So, yes, where are we bound next? We are bound for the Corvega factory, which is, like I said, it's one of the bigger raider areas. It doesn't have that many challenging raiders, but they're... Hi, buddy. But, yeah, I gotta sleep now. And you're not named. Why are you not named? Maybe that mod is not working for me correctly. I did install the Named Settlers mod, but I think I might have to leave and come back to make that work. So yeah, so that's our next location. After we deal with everything we want to back here, we want to dump off our stuff. We want to gear up, and of course, once again, we're carrying too much and can't run. But for now, I think we're probably going to call it for this evening. Had a pretty long session yesterday and a shorter session tonight, but I think that's a good place to call it. The Corvega run will be pretty extensive. It's a big area. It's got a lot of raiders. It's fairly dangerous. So I want to make sure that I am fully prepared for that, and I've done everything I can to gear up appropriately. So we'll leave it there, and we'll come back to that, and I will certainly announce the next stream before I start it, preferably on Twitter and elsewhere. This, of course, is old... and I'm definitely over-encumbered. I need to do something about that. This is, of course, Old Tom Gin, and this is my playthrough of Fallout 4, my permadeath run on survival mode. So thank you for watching. Appreciate you joining me, and I hope you will do so again.